Hey, how's it going, guys? For today's video, we are going to be doing a King Felix debut. Now, obviously, I recorded this after the fact of the game because with pitching being random, you know, the 1 through 5, the random spin of the wheel, the pitcher you get's always, again, random. That's who we ended up getting, and so we get finally do the debut with him. So looking at King Felix's stuff across the board, 95 mile per hour sinker, 83 changeup, 4-seam at 98, sweeping curve at 80, and a slider at 89. Honestly, that's a really good repertoire for this year's game. Looking at his other attributes, 114 stamina. If my pitchers can go along with, especially with 114 stamina, I'm going to take it. 90 hits per 9, 96 Ks per 9. So it's not like he's making the PCI super small, although, let's be honest, it is going to be fairly small. It's not going to be like if you're facing Billy Wagner, Kelly Jansen. But, again, with King Felix's stuff and that hit in K per 9, it's going to be pretty solid. 88 balls per 9, 88 7 home runs per 9, so balls aren't going to be leaving the yard a whole lot. 95 clutch, who cares? 90 control, 99 velocity, and 96 break. This man's going to have great control, and I'll be honest, you'll see in this video, the man is absolutely amazing. Especially with 88 fielding, you ever get a ground ball to your pitcher, you don't have to worry about the bar being so small that it's a, you know, like a 50% chance you might throw it over your first baseman's head. That being said, we do have a little bit of an adjustment in our lineup. Tony Gwynn, Roberto Alomar, Duke Snyder, Frank Thomas, Willie Mays, then Hornsby. Ron Jeremy is hitting 7th, and he is now playing shortstop again, just maybe for this video. We're going to see how well Pudge does because he is back in the lineup behind home plate, hitting 8th. While we're searching for a game, just want to bring it to your attention that I do thank you guys for all the support that you have shown me so far throughout my short YouTube career of about 2 months. Again, just want to say thank you, and any comments, questions, concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. We are playing a Big Hawk play on words. He's got Mad Bum on the mound. He has Kenny Lofton, Tony Gwynn, George Brett. He's got himself a pretty solid team. We have King Felix on the mound. Let's go. So leading off, we have Tony Gwynn. I believe, looking at the PCI, I would believe this is on Legend. Tony Gwynn is all over that one. However, we do hit it hard to left field. That is going to be out number 1. Here is Alomar. Last game, he hit nothing but bombs that just would not go deep enough. However, that is going to be out number 2, almost gets on base on the air. Not the greatest start to the inning, however, we are hitting the ball well. At some point, they all will drop. Will Duke get all of that one, or will our unfortunate luck continue? The unfortunate luck will continue. Deep fly out right at the wall. 1, 2, 3 inning. King Felix, we're going to go ahead and show how good the sinker is right off the bat. 97 with great movement. Follow that up with his changeup, which I believe is about 83 miles per hour. We do throw it right over the heart of the plate, but Ron Jeremy with the cannon with his short, chubby, beautiful self gets out number 1. We're going to go ahead and go right back to that same pitch. Sinker up and away. We're going to go and change it up a little bit. So after that sinker up and away, we're going to go sinker middle in, and that's going to be a great pitch. He takes all the way. 0-2 the count. We got him aware of that sinker inside. That is probably going to get hit hard, but it ends up being strike 3. All right, sinker up and in. This is going to be a great pitch. He is late. However, that is still hit really hard. George Brett gets on first base with 2 men down. 2-2. We're going to go ahead and throw a changeup that we missed our spot again, but for whatever reason, locks him up right down the middle. 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Frank gets it down the line. That is probably one of our worst hits, and only 4 batters, but that's the one that gets the rally started, hopefully. Willie gets it. Get ourselves another base hit, first and second. No outs. However, 49 speed on second. It's going to at least need to hit the gap here. All right, Hornsball, we got you back in the lineup over George Brett. Show us why you deserve to be here. Hornsball ends up getting us another line out. That's unfortunate, but we still are a base hit away from hopefully scoring another one. And Ron Cummins, aka Ron Jeremy, that's on me, chased a bad pitch. That line out comes back to bite us right in the bunghole. Here's a pitch that I feel like people don't necessarily think to throw all that often with King Felix's signature series card. That 4-seam can run up to 101 miles per hour. And again, throwing a pitch that's flat as opposed to constantly having movement will throw people off. 3-1, we're basically going to throw a get me over sweeping curve. That is an actual dot. That is not exactly what I was expecting. So we're going to go ahead and go sinker up and away. Finds a little bit too much of the plate, but you know what? He was still late. So I'm going to give him a pitch that I think we both know is coming. Sinker inside. Get it by him. Strikeout number 3. 0-1. We're going to try and blow this four-seam cheddar by him. However, didn't necessarily hit our spot. But as you can see, he was on top of it. Get ourselves out number 3. Let's go get some better luck this inning. Pudge, you're back in the lineup, and you lead us off with a base hit to center field. Attaboy. Go ahead and take that. If I swing at that, odds are we end up with a double play. Not what I'm looking to do. Tony gets himself a base hit line drive. That's still only going to leave us with first and second. Let's avoid this double play this time around with first and second. 3-0 the count to Robbie. He's going to give me something to hit. I'm green lighting it. Damn, we got to straighten that out. I knew it was coming. That's a good pitch. 3-2. I don't think I'm necessarily going to do a hit and run here. Not worth it. Never know what could happen. Could have been a line out, but it ends up being a crappy, weak fly ball to right. And we find ourselves in a great position to score yet again, but the choke is out here in full effect. 0-2, we're going to go and throw a sinker upstairs. Probably fool him a little bit. He gets underneath it. Routine fly ball to Tony Gwynn. So far, knock on wood, King Felix has been absolutely dominant, getting himself strikeouts. Getting himself strikeouts. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw that sinker inside to Mad Bum. And apparently Mad Bum is looking for a pitch coming in at light speed. So we're going to go and back that up with a slider. Still looking for a ball to be coming in about 500 plus miles per hour. Go and throw that sweeping curve. Show him we still got that pitch. Get ourselves yet again another strikeout. All right, 1-0. Bring that sinker inside. That ends up being a good pitch. And that is honestly a pretty good hit, but it ends up being a line out. All right, Frank. Get us a Jimmy Jack and not a line out. Man, luck so far this game is hard to come by. Willie is all over that one. Tell me he got all of it. We get our first run on a solo shot by Willie Mays. Absolute laser on out. 1-0. Horns ball, you lined out last time. I feel it this time. You're going deep. Back-to-back shots. Back-to-back shots, but we just missed that one, and we're honestly probably a little out in front too. Ron shoots it in the gap, but will it burn the outfielder? It will not. Again, so far our luck hasn't been magnificent, especially when it comes time to get that one more base hit to get the RBIs. But we are only through 4 innings. You never know when your luck could turn around. He's got to be thinking we're going to come back with that changeup. We're going to throw that four-seam. He takes it. And we are probably going to get lucky. I thought we were going to be giving up at least a double on that pitch. Thankfully, he does miss it, gets himself a little underneath it. Out number 1. Time to throw a four-seam that found a lot of the plate. And go and back up that four-seam with a good-ass slider. Here's where we change it up a little bit. Sinker up and in. Gets us out of the potential damage situation. Out number 3. No runs given up. All right, Pudge. Came back in the lineup. You're 1 for 1. Show us why you need to stay. Make it 2 for 2. Hopefully a jack, and no way. That's why we brought Pudge back, baby. That is another solo shot up 2-0. Pudge might have just earned himself a spot back in the lineup. All right, Felix. Keep doing what you're doing. And, oh my God, is that going to bleed? That might bleed. Damn, he caught it. Tony gets himself yet again another single. This is why you're a leadoff. You are an absolute machine. You get singles, you get doubles. Every now and then, you flash the horn and get some pop. That is a good piece of hitting and running, and thank God that got down. I actually thought that could have been a double play, but ends up first and third. Get ourselves an opportunity to get ourselves another run. And that was the pitch to do it. Oh, no. Oh, buddy. It's not going to get the job done. But will we be able to cheese our way in for a run? 89 speed, scores from behind second base. And we just missed it. Frank! Is that the 4th time we've lined out to George Brett? 1-2. Hopefully this time around when he's very early, it is not a foul tip, and it isn't. We get ourselves yet again another strikeout. King Felix asserting his dominance so far today. Only 1 hit, given up. And honestly, I think he's got 6, 7 strikeouts. He's been dealing. 1-2. Time to dot this changeup. Should be a good pitch. And he takes. Like I said, every now and then you got to throw the pitch that's flat. Four seam coming up and in. Gets the job done. He is jammed. He is late. Adding an extra 4 miles per hour on that fastball. Maybe that touched 100. Fastball ended up touching 99. But either way, gets the job done. Whether it was 101 or 99, I'll take it. 0-2. Time to throw the sweeping curve. He hasn't seen it for a couple innings. That should be in a good location. Ends up missing, but ends up getting the job done as well. Get ourselves another strikeout. Out number 3 out of the inning. Willie hits it hard. And if I'm being honest, shouldn't have swung at that pitch. I read it well and obviously squared it up, but that wasn't the pitch I was going to do much with. Hornsby gets it down the line. This time, George Brett doesn't turn into the reincarnation of Jesus Christ and make an amazing play. Man on first, 81 speed, 1 down. Ron screams it. Please get up. Get up. It is a Ron bomb. We are now up 5-0. Ron Jeremy the GOAT. Ivan Pucci Rodriguez might have missed that by a little bit. Obviously, we're a tad late too. Ends up being a somewhat deep fly out for out number 2. You got yourself another at bat. You have earned it so far. King Felix, can you get us a base hit? Almost did. Felix, get through the hole. Attaboy. 5 speed. Obviously, that's going to be an absolute nightmare to score on if we hit a gapper with Tony Gwynn. Tony shoots it. Stay fair. We're going to end up with 2nd and 3rd. 2 down. Brings up Robbie Alomar. Let's come clutch. Robbie comes clutch with the 5th line out to George Brett. Man, talk about a hot corner. George Brett is busy as hell as Duke makes a shoestring catch. Keeps the 1 hitter intact. Go ahead and challenge Tony Gwynn as well. That is, look how beautiful that pitch is. That thing has so much movement. Comes in at 95 and drops in as a complete dot. What more could you ask for? 2-2 the count. We're going to go ahead and try and get the sinker in on the hands. That's going to be a good pitch. He turns on it, but because of the sinking action, gets on top. 0-1. Change up time. That should be a good pitch. He takes all the way. I love the speed differential on his sinker, fastball, and changeup. Obviously, the sinker, fastball don't have the greatest speed differential. However, that changeup coming in at 83 when you got a 4-seam that's coming in right around 100 to 101. It's magnificent. Get ourselves a ground ball over to Alomar yet again. Out number 3. We have 12 hits so far this game. And again, 5 lineouts to George Brett alone. Duke gets it through the hole. Not necessarily lefty-lefty crime, but a lefty-lefty base hit nonetheless. Both are lefties. Tony Gwynn and Duke, I think, have 2 hits. Frank gets it through the hole. We find ourselves in a very familiar situation. 1st and 2nd, no outs. Time to clutch up. Our opponent ends up bringing out Edwin Diaz and pegs Willie Mays right in the back. So bases juiced. The Hornzilla up at the dish. And almost rips his head off too. All right. The Hornzilla is super horny and lines out right to the left fielder. But it is Kenny Lofton. Going to go ahead, get that base runner in. We do get an RBI on that sack missile fly. Ends up loading him yet again on that ball 4. You bring in Zach Britton. Honestly, that's not a bad call. It is Pudge, who is a righty. However, that sinker can always induce a double play. But it is Pudge Rodriguez. God, I'm so happy he's back in the lineup. This man is doing damage. Bases clearing double for the Ivan Pucci Rodriguez. Because he cleared the bases, you're going to go ahead and stay the game, Felix. See if you can potentially get the mercy yourself. Felix continues the damage himself. Now, if you just don't get hosed at first, thank God. Here we go, Tony. Hey, get it up the middle. We were jammed a little bit, not going to lie, but it is all of a sudden super laggy. I don't know what the hell's going on. We're going to go ahead and power swing. Oh, God. We were so far out in front. Ends up being an inning-ending double play. So we are in mercy watch. It is 10-0 in the 7th. As long as we don't give up any runs, we will end up also getting the mercy. 0-1, throw that changeup. That is a dot. 1-2, we're going to go ahead and be stubborn. We're going to keep throwing that slider. That should be a good pitch. And how do you foul that off? All right, he hasn't seen a sweeping curve in a minute. As long as we execute it. Now, I'll be honest. I didn't execute that whatsoever. But King Felix does it all. If you mess up, he throws dots for you. 1-1. That is an awful pitch. But it does work out for us. That is a fly out to right field. 1 out away from the game being over. We're going to go ahead. It is, oh, that's going to be a beauty of a pitch. Yes, sir. King Felix, a 1-hit shutout through 7. Ends up activating that mercy rule. What an amazing card. Player of the game. Who else do you think it really should have been? Ends up being King Felix. 7 innings, 1 hit allowed. It moved those stats away. That's great. 8 strikeouts and only 2 walks in 7 innings. As a disclaimer, I do want to point out, if I didn't point out earlier in the video, that game was played on Legend. Other notable players for this game: Pudge, since coming back in the lineup, he did go 3 for 4, a home run, a double, 4 RBIs. Ron the Don Jeremy, 1 for 3, a home run, 2 RBIs. Willie Mays, 2 for 3, a home run, an RBI, 2 runs scored. Tony Gwynn starting to really heat up for us. I've been enjoying him a lot. 4 for 5, a double, RBI. He pretty much, my whole team is starting to really catch fire. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed today's content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.